Hello, this is Jan from JC WebTech. I create videos with tips and tricks for Elementor and web design in general to help you achieve very creative and unique designs and structures. And today I have something big for you. Well, it's megamenu. You already know it because you clicked on the description and the thumbnail. But in case you clicked on the video just because you saw it is my video and you know there is always a lot of value in my video because I am sharing something that I took hours and days figuring out, then comment below because you just made my day. And anyway, if you are interested in content like that, please consider subscribing. And now let's have a look on our mega menu. So what we will be creating, or I'm going to share with you, or I'm sharing with you a template that you will be able to download from the link in the description. And we are going to achieve pretty much this, that on selected items of your navigation, we open this mega menu and have this nice navigation, some animation, and with some additional content that can be anything. This is, for example, listing from JetEngine. Yeah, it could be form, there can be video, there can be anything you like, and you can modify it. And it's also mobile friendly. So you can see opens the submenu with all the items here. And you can adjust it. You can show some parts of the mega menu on mobile. You can hide some of them. You can do really whatever you want. But little disclaimer here, this is targeted to people that already know at least some CSS and ideally have some idea about JavaScript and jQuery, so that you are able to follow and understand what it is doing, and especially modify it if you need to change something. Because if you are happy with it out of the box, how you get the template and just design your mega menu, you should be able to follow this tutorial. If you are aiming to do something particular, something different, you should know some jQuery, but worry not, you can check my other videos, in particular, for example, this one on click interaction, because this video, this tutorial is extension of using the same technology, same structures like in this video. This one is very much simpler, so I recommend you first going through this tutorial before moving in here, because it's going to make much more sense to you. And now, without further ado, let's go see all the steps that you will need to do when you download this template and load it to your site. So we are in the Elementor theme builder in the new interface. You can be in the old one, doesn't really matter. And we add new header. It's really weird, doesn't prompt you to rename it now. So we want to upload a template. It's the one that you will find in the description, or the link in the description. Select file. So I assume I already downloaded it. This one. And yeah, it's this one. We'll insert it. I could see it, something showed, but then it disappeared. So the first thing we need to do is to go, if you don't have the navigator, you can open it by right click, navigator. You can dock it on a side, we are gonna need it. And then if you open the second container, I'm already using the containers here. So if you open the second one and go to this code, I included, by the way, I included the code here already, so that it is in one template. I don't need to go get things to different places, but I would recommend you to copy from here and put it, for example, in the Elementor custom code, and put it in the footer to make sure that it loads properly. Yeah, so what we need to do here is copy this ID, or it says post, and some numbers. We need to copy this number and paste it here. So what this does is that when we are editing or previewing this header template in Elementor, we can see all the content. Then when we go to the actual front end of this page, these things will be initially hidden and only appear on the click. So this is the first essential step. And the next step is to go to the menu that we are using in our header. And we need to first enable the CSS classes. Now it's active, and now you can see that we can add CSS classes to our menu items. So we will go and give it this class to every of the items that we want to trigger the megamenu submenu. So it doesn't need to be all of them. So for example, for me it makes sense to use for the tracking info and travel info here. It's all made up website, but it kind of makes sense to, under these two tabs or these two menu items, to have more information. Okay, so now we can save this. We can also publish this header and give it the condition entire site. Save and close. Nice and quick. Let me take this away. I will refresh it. I need to hard refresh with the Control-Shift-R or Command-Shift-R. And here is our menu. Maybe we would need more or less spacing on the top, but that's just a design that you will need to adapt to your design as well. And yeah, so now when we hover over these two items, that we gave them this class here, which basically means that we are enabling the mega menu under these items, these menu items. You can see we are seeing these submenu areas on a mobile. You can go here, open the submenu, go back, go to the second one, submenu close, close the menu, I've back my transparent menu. I'm also including already the code for the sticky menu, because I think it's always good practice. Okay, so it's working, and now let me explain how it works and how you can modify it so that it fits your needs. So basically you need to respect and keep this structure. So we have this site header here, which is no normal header that you would build with Elementor. It has its own code here, which is mostly CSS code related to the sticky header, so that things animate slightly when you scroll. So it shrinks a little, gains some background color. So if I go back to see, it gets white. So you may need to put your color code here, what you want to change the header to, but this is the sticky header. This is not what is the tutorial about here. And also here we have the icons that we are switching between to navigate on mobile. So you can see they're hidden on desktop, and yeah, you can change them. When I click on them, they will be disappearing here from me, because it's already picking up on the code, on the JavaScript code, but you can access them through the navigator and change it to even upload your own fancy icon for all three of them and do your custom design. You can also, for example, drop some button here, customize it to your own liking. This is already the site logo, so it will bring in your logo that you have set on your site. So this is about the header. Now it starts to be more about the mega menu. So we have this wrapper sorry, this wrapper is about just wrapping these elements to keep all of this on the right. No, we have this. This is where the mega menu starts, and the initial important structure is that there is the mega menu wrapper that is responsible for the background going slightly darker to make sure you can distinguish where the mega menu starts and ends in case you have white background. This is still a little off-white, but yeah, it just better practice in my opinion. And then inside of the mega menu wrapper we have the items wrapper, which is basically the area that is all that is white when I hover over it, and it's holding the different items. First is the mobile menu. It's already the first item inside of the mega menu wrapper that obviously we are only showing on mobile. And then there are the mega menu items. Of course, all these containers, they have some classes that need to be kept there because we are referencing them in the CSS and JavaScript later on that we will get to in a minute. So I have these mega menu items. I have two here, and inside of them I can have my content. I have this ugly design here just to be able to see them very well and distinguish them, but we will fix that. And inside of these mega menu items you can do any design you want, just need to make sure that you are doing it inside. And yeah, so there are two, and they open respectively. There are no IDs that would tie the navigation with it. They are tied by the order. So it means that if I hover over the first item in the menu that is containing this class, it will trigger the first mega menu item here. So this one. If I hover over the second one, it will be this one. And now you can duplicate these mega menu items. Now we have three here. Let me rename this so that we can see it. Okay, different color. Update it, and we will go to our menu and we will copy this class to also about us, so this way we activate it. Or maybe to be even more better example, let's give it to contact. I don't know if it would make sense, but you can have a lot of contact information and subscription and things. So on your contact there might be also a mega menu. Or you can even put like your contact form directly there. You can do whatever you want. So if I save it, I go back to the site, I hard refresh it, and I have my mega menu. Yeah, I switched the order. So let me fix it. But it's a nice example to see that the order matters. So 1, 2, 3, update, refresh. So this is the item. The first one with the mega menu active opens number 1. Number 2, nothing. Number 3. So this is the order. The order matters. Depending on the order. Obviously, you need to keep the mobile menu first. Which one is it here? This one needs to be first, and then you can continue adding more. How many you want. So yeah. So now let me explain the code a little bit so that you can understand how it works and modify it. Mostly we'll need to touch the style, which is this part here in the custom megamenu custom code. So what these things do is my hidden class, which is hiding these mostly, I think, these elements while they are not so for them to be initially hidden, but not to be hidden in the editor again. Like similar idea is this, so that here we can actually see them, but on the front end they will be, these two will be initially hidden. Then this part of code ensures that if the megamenu is really big, or your screen or your visitor screen is ridiculously small, they will be able to scroll in the megamenu, inside of the megamenu. That the megamenu will maximum occupy the viewport, and then if it exceeds it, you will be able to scroll just like kind of like I'm doing here. So don't need to touch it, but just to explain it. This is the animation that on mobile we have this slide animation of the submenu from the side. You could change it. If you wanted to slide from the other side, you would put here minus 100%. It would be sliding from the left, and yeah, that's it. And then this is a little hint how you could add some, for example, arrows. This one is for the mega menu, but we can put different selector, put here a link to some kind of icon, position it inside of the item, and this one was meant to be here. But this really depends on your use case, so that you would have like this little arrow on the mega menu items, so that it's more visible that something opens when you click on it, that you don't go directly there. This you will definitely need to adjust. This is the color that shows on the hover behind the menu items. This is the styling of menu item when you are hovering over it. Also, this is the styling of the actual text. And you can see I'm changing it to white to be visible on the dark background, and I'm putting those transitions on 0 seconds so that the change is immediate and not animated, because Elementor by default has it animated. So that's why I have the important here. This is changing the background of the header, so that even if I'm in the transparent header, I have the white background, so that I don't like have transparent header and under it the menu, which looks kind of weird. So you may need to change this color. And this is some hover effects on the items in the mega menu. I will show you after I build something meaningful inside here. And this is the script that is responsible for all this to work. I will go through it very briefly because you shouldn't need to change anything here. So this is this part of the code is wrapped inside of media query, so it means it only works on desktop. So you could change this breakpoint if you want it to be different. And then what it does is that when like the core idea behind the behavior on desktop is that when you start hovering over the menu item that has the menu class that we have added, it triggers the respective mega menu, and you have this little guard interval of 500 milliseconds to also start hovering over the mega menu, because there will be always some part that is something else, that is nor the menu item nor the mega menu, and it would like disappear. You would never move your mouse here, and like it doesn't happen immediately, so you have a little bit of time to move from here to here, and it's detected that you are hovering when you have your mouse on the mega menu and it doesn't close until you get out from there. I can like maybe you can spot there is very little delay to do it. Yeah, so this part of code, this is when you hover over any item that has the megamenu class, which means either these triggering ones or also the container has this class. It means that it sets the flag to hovering true and doesn't close. Then if you are actually, if you like go to the, then if you go to the actual header to this one of these items, it does all these changes, like give it the active class, to change the background, read the actual index of which means like the order, the number of this item, if it's the first one with megamenu class or the second one or the third one, and it will read it here. Which one? No, it's not clicked, it's hovered, but they call it clicked in the code, and we added 2 because then we have the we have the mobile menu here, so we need to skip it, and then it's actually indexed from 1, and then this part is when we stop hovering over the megamenu class item. We have here the interval of 500 milliseconds to like move to the other section, to the mobile, to the mega menu section, or to the next one. No, not to disappear immediately. If we like leave the area completely with our mouse, it disappears. And then here is the behavior for mobile, which is slightly different because there it works on clicks. So there's the part that opens the mobile menu. If we click on the hamburger menu, that's already just hidden here, and it hides all the things that are meant to disappear, shows the things that are supposed to appear, which is the mobile menu. Then if we click on the close, it all reverts it back. If we click on the mega menu submenu, which means if we go to, let's go to the responsive, if we click on one of these, it brings the submenu in the view. Let's very quickly the JavaScript or jQuery code. You shouldn't need to essentially touch it that much, especially if you don't know any JavaScript, and just let it be. If you are good at JavaScript, maybe you'll be able to modify it to something, to do something different while keeping the core of it. So let me design something meaningful inside of these mega menu items and take this ugly design away. I will speed it up because just normal work within Elementor, and you just need to keep it inside of these mega menu item containers. So So what I did here was that inside of the mega menu item, the first one, I put two columns. First one, the 25%, and second one occupying the rest. In the first one I have the navigation. I have modified ever so slightly this hover effect to change it to span, because here I'm using the list widget, so it actually, these are span items, so I changed it to span. So basically idea is that you know at least somewhat CSS, so this is just a hint here that you can modify and use this. I think it's a very nice effect for the submenu. This is actually a listing from JetEngine. pulling in the custom post type. So I think it's pretty cool. I didn't link it to any page. I don't have these pages here. This is just an example. Here are like some guide tours with and profile of the like featured ones. This is not a loop. I just created it here. If you want it to be really fancy, you could be, for example, when hovering over this, you could be showing the one already here and some bio. I will not do it here, but I already have some tutorial that is very similar to how to do it, so I will link it like I think here. And yeah, well, maybe I would recommend like hiding some of this stuff on mobile. So what I did is like this part here of this listing is hidden on the mobile, so you just actually like click on one if you're on a mobile, because it would be really big. On the other one I kept this one, and if you have a hard time navigating, especially on the mobile, for the mobile design, you can hide the side header and the mobile menu, and now you can see the designs as they are. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did here, and basically like I recommend you create one design, one structure with the one mega menu item, and then you can delete the second one from the template and just duplicate this one, so you can keep the same structure, because you can see I have like one column, second column, one column, second column, because if not, it's kind of distracting if it's changing a lot the structure when you are switching between the screens. So it should stay consistent. Let me just refresh for the latest version of it. Yeah, so I have this hover effect. Here I have the list of the tour guides, or what it would be. Again, this is just an example. And yeah, I think that's it. So the idea is that you do your own design, your own content, and the advantage of this again is that you can do really whatever you want. You can put in loops or like listings from JetEngine, forms, really whatever you want. Okay, so yeah, this is it. I hope this will help you create some very creative mega menus that break out from the constraints of the plugins that are available, and give you even more flexibility, potentially make your site faster than having some other plugin that has a lot of universal code on top of it. Plus you will practice some CSS and JavaScript, and that is always fun. So it took me many hours to put this together, so if you can like and subscribe or share it with your community or anyone who might enjoy this content, please do so. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.